Race fans to the SimWorld Racing Network's presentation of the All-American Racing League's Truck Series Race 8 here at North Wilkesboro Speedway in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. I'm your host, David Hillbilly Hara. In the booth with me, as always, David Lafano. David, North Wilkesboro, tricky little half-mile track. What do we have in store for us tonight?
Tricky is is a good name for it. You're going to see trucks here loose all night long off these corners. So it should be a good show. We get a good field here. Hopefully we can get some good long green flag runs.
Yeah, we're looking at about 16 trucks for tonight thus far. Qualifying should be starting up here in about another 4 minutes or so. They'll be wrapping up practice. See what these trucks or these guys have for us here at North Wilkesboro. We see Kyle Purcell is at the top of the charts right now, followed by Tommy Osborne and Brenda Mathia. Chad Snyder's in fourth, and James Nelson rounding out the top five for speeds. Looking back at the points from last week, Michael Kurgelak's your points leader, not 9 points ahead of Curtis Sauber in second, with Travis Rodriguez 18 back. In fourth, you have James Nelson 29 back, and Michael Boone is 35 points back in the fifth position. So there's some opportunity to shake some of the points up as well, or some movers and shakers, some takers and so forth. Now we have five different winners on the season so far: Curtis Sauber, Travis Rodriguez, Michael Boone, Benny Campbell, and Nathan Christensen, all with wins on the season, and with the ability to go ahead and move on here to the playoffs. Just again, this being race number 8 on the truck season. Now the trucks don't run as much as the Cup Series does, so they have a shorter regular season to get it done to get into the playoffs.
Yeah, like you said, I think four or five winners on the season. Last week's race winner at Darlington was Alan Bledsoe. He comes in here as last week's winner, so trying to roll on some of that momentum. Watching him a little bit in practice, he's struggling to find the handle on this truck. So it's be interesting to see if he can figure something out here in practice.
Yeah, and I didn't mention Bledsoe because he's not in the top 10 in points. I don't know that he has met the criteria for the percentage of races needed in the regular season to get into the playoffs. So he's currently sitting in 16th position with that victory. We also have Brenda Mathia, who's won 3 times here, sitting back in 15th in points. Got about 2 minutes left here in practice. As you can see the practice times up on your screen. We're going to go ahead and jump to some pre-race activities. So let's go ahead and get that started and underway here. Or maybe we're not. Please rise if you're able and remove your hat as the United States Navy Band performs our national anthem. All right, a huge shout out to the United States Navy Band for their performance of our national anthem. We are back here looking overhead from the blimp at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. This speedway was all but done with, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. and team come in and clean this thing up so that it can be scanned into the iRacing service. And once they did that, they got to look at it and thinking, hey, we could still race here. I know Dale Jr. was pushing for it for a while, and they finally got a date back for the All Star. I believe it was last season. Was that the first time last season, Dave?
Yeah, I believe so. They started running some cars. I think prior to last year, it's, some local stuff, but last year was really the kickoff to the reopening of this place.
Yeah, I'm really glad that they did. Now I know for this season they just recently found underneath the bleachers they found one of the the old what am I looking for, the moonshine hole in the ground. Basically, you could go down there where they were making moonshine here. So they're gonna probably try to figure out a way to preserve that. But I know that they're going through and repaving this thing or tearing it up and laying it back down this season or right after. Is it gonna be after, I guess, the race this year?
Yeah, I'm not too sure. Haven't been following that closely with it, but once they do the repave here, I would assume iRacing would be out not long after to do the rescan, get the new pavement here in iRacing. Right now, this track is pretty rough, real bumpy, upsets the car quite a bit. So it's going to be interesting to see how these trucks handle here.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I did hear that they found that moonshine still, and that I don't think they actually found the still, but they found the hole. They believe that because there was always rumor that it had happened here at this track, and they recently found it due to where they were tearing up some of the bleachers to redo that because they've done a lot of work here at the track since kind of as they've been bringing it back, right? And they found this thing, and I'm not sure what they were going to do with it. But it'll be interesting to kind of follow that headline and see what happens with it over the next year or so.
Yeah, it just adds a little bit of history to the track. As it's got enough history in itself, so a little bit of added history is always good.
Absolutely. As we see these drivers out making their 2 laps around the track here, trying to get a good graphic up to kind of show where we're at with that. Let's see. So I'm currently showing Brenda Mathia is on the pole with a 1936, followed by Michael Kerjelak with a 1957. Michael Boone with a that's not correct. No, I'm sorry. That's a 1923 for Brenda Mathia, 1930. It looks like for Michael Kerjelak, 1938 for Michael Boone, Alan Bledsoe with a 1943, Chad Snyder just times in with a 1945. You have Juggles Rodriguez in with a 1947, followed by Greg Barnett, 7th place with a 1948. Kenneth Pack times in with a 1950, James Nelson with a 1962. Curtis Sauber with a 19.73, followed by Michael Bavera with a 1978, and Tyrone Yo with a 1981 of the trucks that have taken time thus far.
Yeah, good to see Kenneth Pack back with us again tonight. I know his work schedule makes it difficult. He's about every other week he can race with us, so good to see Kenneth back.
Absolutely. We have about another minute left in the qualifying. We have 4 trucks that I believe have decided not to take a lap, and that would be Tommy Osborne, Kyle Purcell, who was fastest in practice, Johnny May, and Nathan Christensen. But we are the SimWorld Racing Network. This is the All-American Racing League Truck Series presented to you by Callahan Cox Motorsports. I know Callahan ran his first race of the season here the other night and got a respectable finish with a large field. Unfortunately, I believe you guys had some issues with power steering, Dave, and you had to end up cutting the belt. So
yeah, had some issues. Had a fast car all night. Discovered a problem as we rolled into lineup starting 4th. Had to cut the power steering belt on him, and he had to, I call it, man up and drive the car. And he did the best he could. But we're on to next week.
Yeah, for that young man, that's going to be a heck of an experience. You've been practicing the past week or so. When you practiced, I believe, last weekend, and then you go out there, you run your You run your what is it? They run A and B.
Yeah, we run heat
Heat
races to
races.
set the lineup.
Yeah, you do that with power steering, and then all of a sudden you go to the line and you have no more power steering. So it's got to be
Yeah.
a big change for that young man, but still, a
Yeah.
respectable finish on the night for Callahan. So congratulations, Callahan, on that.
Yeah. For a 15-year-old kid, he did good. So,
Yeah, absolutely.
But we are at North Wilkesboro. Their qualifying is all set, so Brendan Mathia will grab that pole tonight.
Brendan always fast, driving the number 71 HendrickCars.com truck tonight. Outside pole, Michael Kurgelak. Then number 86 Ford. Michael Boone in the number 5 Chevrolet in the 3rd position. With the 42 of Alan Bledsoe on his outside in 4th. Chad Snyder will roll off 5th in the number 26 Resurrection Detail Toyota. Outside him is the Liverpool Wrangler machine of Travis Rodriguez. Greg Barnett will start in the 8th position. Outside of him will be Kenneth Pack. And then we have Curtis Sauburn and Tyrone Yo making up the next row. Oh, James Nelson, I'm sorry, and Curtis, yes. We got a little funky because they didn't get going. And Michael Bavere, Tommy Osborne, Nathan Christensen, Kyle Purcell may not have taken the field. Yeah, I don't see he or Johnny May taking the field tonight.
Yeah, so it looks like we'll have 14 trucks, take the green here tonight as they work their way down the front stretch. They'll get the one to go this time by.
$250 laps here tonight, folks. We have a stage break at lap 70 and 140. So stage 1 will end at the conclusion of lap 70. The next one will end at the conclusion of lap 140, and then we will roll to lap 250 to end this thing tonight. So hopefully they get some green flags. Green flag runs in, but these laps are going to tick away quickly as the pace car is off. Green flags in the air.
Oh, a little bottle up there. Looks like Chad Snyder into the 5. 5 is around.
Oh, 54 gets collected. 2 just nearly escapes, and the 1 gets by. And these guys are a lap down already now. Again, these. See if we can go back and catch what happened here. Okay, so that's not what I wanted to see. I was seeing need to go on up just a little bit further. Where Michael Boone and Greg Barnett, it shows that they had crashed. So we'll check and see what happened up there.
Yeah, I'm getting reports. A lot of drivers spun their tires on this start.
The 38 spun, got into the 16. The 2 of them go around. Now let's go see what happened with Michael Boone. So those guys spun their tires and slid right off the bat. The 38 was fishtailing there.
Yeah, I'm hearing the 71, the 42, the 38, 16 all spun their tires. It was shifting from 2nd to 3rd is what I'm hearing.
Oh, yeah, and the 26 just gets his nose in there to the corner of the 5. And I think the 5 was still spinning. Collected a few of the drivers there. But hey, this is short track racing here at North Wilkesboro. Be sure to tune in on Tuesday night for the All-American Racing League Cup Series as we will be running our All-Star race here at North Wilkesboro. The cars drive completely different than these trucks do, is my understanding here. I
personally have not turned a lap in the Cup car as I will not be participating in that race on Tuesday, but I'm hearing there's a little bit more grip in the Cup car.
Yeah, I knew I was going to beat you Tuesday. I just didn't know how I was going to do it, so that made it pretty easy. All right. Oh, we're turning lap 5 of 250 here. Again, hopefully we can get some green flag runs in once they get everything sorted out. You're going to see a much calmer restart this time because guys are going to be ready for that. They just weren't expecting that restart, I don't think, and that acceleration coming up through the gears on fresh tires.
Yeah, that's a hard thing to do in practice. This is just to practice restart. So that was the first time they had a chance at it, and now they know.
Yeah, absolutely. So we see the 5 is actually at the front of the field, but he's behind the pace car, so they're likely going to have him drop to the back. I don't think he'll be getting the wave around here. I'm not sure how that's going to work. Oh, yeah, he does get the wave around. Okay, good. Because I know he just couldn't really get going before the pace car passed him, so I wasn't sure how iRacing was going to handle that, but looks like they did the right thing and moved the 5 on around. Unfortunate for the 5, had a really good qualifying effort and is now mired back, 11 positions back from where he started. Will be in the 14th spot.
Yeah, so we're going to rack him up, try him again. Pace car is off. Green is out. Oh, spun the tires again on the 86. They all keep it rolling.
So they're headed down into turn 3. Make their way through 3 and 4 here.
Yeah, it looks like they're sorting it out here. Brendan Mathias is still going to lead the way here early on, followed by Alan Bledsoe and Travis Juggles Rodriguez in third. A little slip up for the 7. Up into the outside wall off of 4 allows James Nelson to the inside, and caution is out.
Caution is out for Greg Barnett. Let's see what happened. And Chad entered the pits. I wonder if they got together there a little bit. We'll see if we can back up and find out what happened, folks. Okay, watch this 38 here. Oh, I hope I didn't do that. Yeah, let's go back and try that once more. Keep your eye on the 38.
Oh, looks like Chad had a problem. It was going to come to pit road, and the caution came out, so I'm not too sure with Chad Snyder.
The 38 just got loose. Chad Snyder was down on the bottom. He really didn't do anything. Yeah, I'm not sure. As we do see several drivers, Michael Kerslak, Chad Snyder, Greg Barnett, Curtis Saubrin, Tyrone Yo, and Tommy Osborne all on pit road. We see the 38 coming off pit road now.
Yeah, that's odd for Chad Snyder in the 26. He was slow even down the backstretch, like he was coming to pit road. So not too sure.
Well, then that was a lucky break for him that the 38 had a little spin there and brought out the caution. You definitely don't want to have to pit here under the green flag by yourself, off sequence.
Chad, watching Chad did come down right there and take 4 tires.
They have 5 sets of tires for tonight. That's a little early to be burning a set. So I don't know.
I'm hearing possibly a penalty on the 26 for something. And that's why he was headed to pit road.
Oh, no. So that means he'll likely have to assess that again under the green flag.
Yeah, more than likely.
Yikes. That's not what you want early on here. I mean, I guess if you get it, you want it early on, right? If you're going to have a problem, go lap down. You want it to happen early on while there are still, two cautions we know are going to happen for stage breaks. I imagine there's going to be a few more here. It's just short track racing. You know how it goes.
Yeah.
Weather temps here have the track temps at 119 degrees Fahrenheit. So, man, no wonder they're slipping and sliding as the leader takes the green. 71 of Brenda Mathia pulling out to an early to lead once again. As you see the 7 of Rodriguez running that high line, 42 falls in the line behind the 71.
Yeah, 7 makes the high line work. Going to clear that 75 down into turn 3.
Yeah, give P3 to Rodriguez. You get the 75 auto serve machine of James Nelson in the 4th position. He says, hey, I want that back, 7. As he goes to the inside of the 7. 7 stays up in that second or third groove there.
Yeah, good battle there for the second position. The 7 on the outside, 75 on the inside. We got one around on the backstretch. Maybe Michael Bovair. That keeps it going.
There was a fan just ran across the track. That was the strangest thing I've seen. I don't know if you could catch it on the replay there, Dave, but let's go back and see if we saw that happen. That was odd. So we see Michael Bovair come down here, and he has a bit of a problem, but that's not what I'm concerned with. Okay, see the 3 of Christensen catches, and where does the problem going to happen? Okay, he slides here, but then as he gets it straightened up and come on, I'm telling you, I saw a fan on the track. Let us know in the comments if you saw that fan out on the track, because that was kind of crazy looking. But anyway, back to live racing here as Brendan Mathia is your leader. Okay, I see what it is. Jiminy Christmas. All right. The TV3 camera somehow is positioning someone that looks like they're on the track when they're on the backstretch.
Brendan Mathia out to an early lead, 1.2 seconds over Alan Bledsoe.
Oh, that's so funny. So, Dave, if you watch the leader there as he goes to the backstretch in TV3, you'll see the person standing in the middle. It looks like they're standing in the middle of the track.
Oh, it does. I see it now.
Okay, that kind of threw me off. Sorry about that.
Looks like a giant standing on the track. It is kind of comical.
Yeah, that was kind of odd to see there, but whatever. As James Nelson has taken that position back from Travis Rodriguez, Nathan Christensen has moved his way up 8 spots now to the 5th position. Got that number 3 Napa truck rolling around here tonight. So we see the 26 working his way to the inside of the 16 for that 6th position.
Yeah, it looks like Chad Snyder rolling back towards the front after some mishap here early on.
So he didn't get a penalty unless they let him serve that penalty because he was already on pit road, maybe when the caution came out. By the time the flag flew. I'm not sure, folks. Not sure.
Chad is going to make the pass on the 3, and Nathan Christensen moved Chad up to the 5th position.
Chad with a very fast Resurrection Detail Toyota tonight. We look back here a little bit. We see the 5 of Michael Boone working on that 86 of Kurgelak. '86 working on that 16. Can't get it done this time by. The outside with the momentum. Now the 5 decides to go to the outside of the 86. See if he can get the run off the corner. Can't get it done. Getting reports that something happened with Greg Barnett. Let's see if we can find out what happened. Greg's turned around back here against the wall. He will bring out the caution at the start-finish line.
Yeah, we'll have to check and see what happened to Greg.
Heads off down into the corner, and I think he's just going to lose the rear end coming up off on acceleration, and that's exactly what happens. He almost saves it, barely noses it into the inside wall. Unfortunately, couldn't get it off the wall to get going, had to back up, and that's what brought out the caution flag. Tyrone Yo's coming into pit road.
Yeah, I was curious to see if we had any takers at all. Like Tyrone is the only one to hit pit road here.
Yeah, it looks like that might have just been a fuel stop. I didn't see tires go on that truck. So Tyrone comes in, tops off with fuel, and away he goes.
And just so you're aware, the drone cam picks up the spectator on the track, kind of hovering above the track, and the drone cam down the back strip. So we got a little bit of camera issues here tonight, so we apologize, folks. But you may see that spectator from time to time trying to get a better view.
Yeah, we assure you that he's in no harm of getting hurt here tonight. The drivers are not going to hit him. In fact, I don't think they even see him, but it really kind of blew me away the first time I saw it there. As we're pacing around lap 30 of 250 here for the All-American Racing League Truck Series. This is race number 8 from North Wilkesboro. We'd like to thank our sponsors, G-Tech. G-Tech, Evolutionary Cleaners and Degreasers. Check them out at buygtech.com. That's buygtech.com.
Looks like they're doubling up here for the restart. Lights are out on the pace car.
Pace car is off. Control truck is the 71. He fires off the 42 to the outside. Gets a better jump. May have actually crossed the line first. Gives that position back, but
yeah, the 7 and 75 once again battling here for second position. 7 to the outside, 75 inside.
Alan Bledsoe has it. These two guys won it. I thought they were going to try to split the 42 a little bit earlier, but 42 goes as prevails and pulls on out and away just a bit. Now the 26 looking up the middle. They got 3 distinct lines here that they're running. 3 different lines that each of these drivers, the 75, the 7, and the 26 are running. Now 26 goes low on the 7. Got 3 of Christensen looking to try to take advantage of the 3 or the 7 of Travis Rodriguez as well.
So yeah, move Chad Snyder up to that 4th position, battling from deep in the field here from an issue early on. So Chad kind of flexing his muscles here in the early going.
Yeah, really seems to have a very, very quick truck tonight, does Chad Snyder. If he can just avoid it, avoid the costly mistakes, avoid getting into anybody else's trouble here, he may be up here battling, as he's now working alongside the 75 truck to try to take over that 3rd spot. But he may be up here battling with these 2 leaders in the next handful of laps or so. These drivers seem to be getting a pretty good feel for, a handle on their trucks here at North Wilkesboro now. Just kind of getting the feel for it. And sometimes that's what it takes, is a handful of laps, handful of mistakes to actually figure out what you can and cannot do here under race condition. And now that they've done so, we're running clean and green for the last little bit. We'll see if that holds up, as we got to get to lap 70, folks. 30 more laps. 30 more laps to the first stage break, which will pay out those valuable points towards the season tally. Okay, Michael Bover says it was just a sinkhole.
Yeah, I remember hearing something about it was a sinkhole that they thought was maybe an old moonshine pit, but we like to speculate here in the booth. It makes it fun.
Yeah, I just never followed it any further than the first reporting that I saw of it. So I know it was in the paper up here in Kannapolis, talking about it a little bit.
16, the 7 gets loose there on entry 2, going to allow the 16 to get by the 7 of Rodriguez.
Yeah, for you folks that don't know what the paper is, that they used to print this thing called the paper, and it kind of gave you like news and different things that was happening around your area or whatnot. I think it's like a internet page or blog or website now, but yeah, it used to be printed on paper and they would deliver it to your door. It's pretty wild. Brenda
We are
Mathias.
showing our age here on the SimWorld Racing Network just a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Brenda Mathias, your leader by almost a full second over Alan Bledsoe. 2 seconds over the third place James Nelson. In this battle here between James and Chad for that third spot.
Yeah, Chad's getting a little loose, a little free with that truck, losing some time now. He was gaining on Nelson. Big slide off of turn 4 a couple laps ago. Gave it all back.
Yeah, and he did use a lot of that truck getting up here, right? Because he, as you mentioned, he had issues earlier and had to kind of restart pretty far back in the field and just worked his way up through there rather quickly. So we got a battle here between the 54 of Curtis Sauber and the 38 of Greg Barnett. Barnett on the outside, trying to make something happen to get around this 54 and get moving on. 54 is going to just squeeze clear of him. Michael Bover is on pit road. Don't know if this is a scheduled stop or not.
I'm not sure. I don't see the truck going up at all, so I'm not sure why he's on pit road, but
yeah, long pit stop.
I would assume they can go 70 laps on fuel.
Yeah, that's an awfully long pit stop to be in there getting just fuel. So not sure what's happening with Michael Bover there. Unfortunate for him.
But up front is still all Brendan Mathia out to a 2.5 lead over Alan Bledsoe.
26 is now right back to the back bumper of this 75, trying to work on taking over that third spot. You really got to run on entry this last 2 corners, right to the back bumper of the 75. Not sure if the 75 is having problems just getting in. Maybe he's pushing a little bit and he's having to whoa up a little more than Chad was expecting, certainly.
Yeah, I mean, Chad's pacing almost 0.2 quicker than James Nelson at the moment, so definitely found a little bit of time back there.
This is the All-American Racing League. Check them out on Facebook.com/All-American Racing League. If you're interested in running with the All-American Racing League Truck Series, you can just message an admin, and we'll see what we can do about getting you started here with the All-American Racing League. All-American Racing League Cup Series runs on Tuesday nights, right here on SimWorld Racing Network as well, with your that's broadcast by Nathan Christensen, who's in the field tonight. We thank Nathan, we appreciate Nathan Christensen being a part of the SimWorld Racing Network team and bringing those Cup Series races to you every Tuesday night. And a lot of these drivers race in the Quick Finishers Racing League, which runs on Friday night. They're also running a current generation Cup Series following the NASCAR circuit. They just finished up at Talladega this past Friday night. So on to, Dover next week?
Yeah, I believe it's Dover. But don't look now. The 75 and 26 have both caught that 42 of Alan Bledsoe, reeling him in really quick here, coming to the end of this stage, with about 15 laps to go in the stage.
Yeah, and I was looking at Bledsoe. Bledsoe has fallen off about 3.2 seconds from Brendan Mathia. Brendan's still turning 20.7. You know, Brendan's about a tenth quicker than Bledsoe is at the moment, and just keeps pulling away little by little each and every lap. But you're right, the 75 and the 26 both seem to be closing in to within a second of Alan Bledsoe. The one of Tommy Osborne back here working the bottom of the racetrack, trying to get alongside the 7 of Travis Rodriguez. See if he can take over that 7th position.
As Brendan Mathia works off a turn 4, there'll be 60 down and 10 to go in the stage.
Looks like the 26 has fallen off the pace just a little bit. I mean, I say that, but he's running a little bit faster times than the 75, but it looks like the gap has extended there just a bit between the 75 and the 26. And the 42 is doing a nice job of kind of maintaining his position there in P2, minding the gap.
Yeah, looking back through the field a little bit, the 7 of Travis Rodriguez is really kind of falling through the field, though. He was battling early on in that top 3, falling all the way to 8th. This caution is out.
Nathan Christensen's had some sort of issue here.
Yeah, it looks like Nathan just got loose on the entry of 3 and could not save that truck.
Yep.
I would assume we'll have everybody possibly on pit road here. And no, the 71 stays out, 42 stays out. Looks like everyone's staying out.
Yeah, I mean, you could pit now, but then you've got a few more laps to the end of the stage. I don't know. You'd think some of the back runners. I mean, so Nathan Christensen obviously came in, but he just spun it sideways, so he could come down now, take his fresh tires, maybe leapfrog a lot of these guys, get right back to the front to restart the second stage.
I mean, it looks like, I think by the time they go back to green, you're looking at 66, 67 laps, so you're only going to have a few laps to the finish. But I guess if you're worried about stage points, yeah, it's probably worth staying out. But I'm surprised that some of these drivers in the back didn't come down right here, get their pit stop done, and maybe try to grab a few spots here late in the running of this stage.
Yeah, I mean, Nathan's going to restart in the 13th spot. So getting back into the pay point, the points paying window isn't going to take much, especially with fresh tires.
Yeah, we'll see how these fresh tires play out. They should be a pretty good advantage here.
I would think so, yeah. So I think that was a pretty smart move by Nathan Christensen. He just slid his tires sideways, so he really needed to come down anyway. The truck obviously wasn't handling the way he wanted it to, and was loose. So now he's got a fresh stickers on that thing, and it's gonna, again, in 3 laps, the rest of the field's gonna pit. At least I would imagine. That's my speculating. Should see the lights go off on the pace car. Yeah, they're off on the pace car now. So they should be getting 2 by 2 by 2 by 2. We'll see the pace car drop off here at the exit of turn 4.
Green is out. Oh, they're wrecking down the
75
front
sideways.
stretch.
Oh, the 42 nose first into the wall. What calamity. What chaos. All right,
I
let's
want to say somebody spun their tires. I think it was the 75 and the 42.
The big one. That was the big one. Okay, I think from second on back just wrecked. But we're going to see what happens. See if we can kind of recap this for you folks. So we see the 42 on the outside of the front row. Oh, the 26 spins his tires, comes down into the 75. 75, I think, let's back that up, may have collected the 42, but I'm not sure. Yes, so when the 26 spins his tires, he turns down into the 75. The 75 clips the 42. And then we just start going back through the field with trucks just getting caught in it. The 54 weaved his way through this thing. Oh, man.
Yeah, what a mess.
Yeah. And this will be the stage break. Is that right, Dave?
I have not had word, but this should be the stage.
That puts, yeah. So Chad Snyder finished third in the stage after, well, he was restarting fourth, I guess. That was a tough break for Alan Bledsoe getting points for the stage as he finishes, he crossed the line 11th. Was second. Let's go back and take another look at that real quick. I'm going to try from the cockpit view of the 54 because this was crazy. Let's see if I can find the 54 here. So I believe the 54 makes it through cleanly. Here we are on this restart again. 26 gets loose. Everybody's going around. Oh, he did get a piece of the cell. Oh, no, he got a lot of it. Never mind. He was not as lucky as I thought he was getting through there. Wow.
Yeah, tough break for a few of those drivers, but you are correct. The 26 spun his tires.
Yeah, and it looks like when he did, his truck just turned hard left. And when it turned hard left, it clipped the 75, which the 75 was just inside that 42 enough to where his nose went to the right. It hit the 42, turning him to the left. And just a crazy chain reaction there. Your top three as they ride right now are Brenda Mathia, Kenneth Pack, Greg Barnett. Then you've got Chad Snyder, Michael Kerjlak 5th, Tyrone Yo up to 6th position, Curtis Sobrin 7th, Michael Boone 8th, 9th is Travis Rodriguez, Alan Bledsoe will restart 10th, Nathan Christensen will be the first truck a lap down here. Other lap down cars will be Tommy Osborne. James Nelson is a lap down because of this. I'm not sure if those guys were in, 31 second pit stop. As we are green. 71 is off. Down into turn 1. It's a good jump out of the 16 to Kenneth Pack.
Yeah, 26 looking to the inside of the 16 off of turn 4. Greg Barnett with an issue in turns 3 and 4, still green. Twenty-six is going to clear the 16. Move Chad Snyder to second.
Now we'll see if Chad Snyder, who was fast early, like I say, able to make his way up to the field, if he's able to run down this leader and battle with him. a little bit, as no one has been able to run with Brendan Mathia here tonight. He sat on the pole and has led every lap thus far.
Yeah, that time by Brendan Mathia, a tenth of a second over, quicker than Chad Snyder. So Brendan definitely finding some pace around this tricky track.
We're going to break for just a second to pay some bills here on lap 80 of 250 in the All-American Racing League Truck Series, race number 8 at North Wilkesboro. Stand by with us. You won't miss a thing. We'll be right back with you.
Back to more racing action right after this. Looking for a safe, effective cleaning system? Look no further. G-Tech Evolutionary Cleaners and Degreasers, certified by the EPA as a safer choice product. G-Tech can be used quickly and safely to remove soils and stains from most surfaces. Give them a call at 770-967-6988 or visit them on the web at buyGtech.com. G-Tech, 5346 BBS Way, Brazelton, Georgia. G-Tech, your one stop for professional, eco-friendly cleaning products. For tailgating activities or just plain backyard fun, look no further than Holio. Made to order cornhole bags and boards. No order is too large or too small. You can choose unfinished or finished with stain and polyurethane, and finished with a vinyl design or your company branding. Don't wait for the season to be over. Contact Holio on Facebook. Holio, made to order cornhole bags and boards. Now back to trackside act of the All-American Racing League.
All right. We're back like we never left, right here on the SimWorld Racing Network. Lap 83 of 250. Still out front, Brendan Mathia, followed by Chad Snyder. Chad Snyder is about 2.2 seconds back of our leader, Brendan Mathia, at the moment. Currently running just a bit slower. As we're seeing Brendan running about 19.8s, I believe. We'll see if we can pull up some times. That's not the time I was looking for, but it's all right too. There goes the cameraman, just zooming across the infield there. He's putting in hard work today for the SimWorld Racing Network. We appreciate it. We call him Speedy Bob. Oh, having fun with it, folks. Having fun with it. That's just some stuff I've really never seen here, but it's very interesting. James Nelson still seems to be running in that lucky dog position right now. It's between he and Nathan Christensen and Tommy Osborne for that lucky dog if a caution were to come out. We're hoping there's not going to be any cautions, but it is short track racing here at North Wilkesboro. Alan Bledsoe has made his way back up into that 8th position, getting around Tyrone Yo and Travis Rodriguez. But extending his lead is Brendan Mathia, out 3.8 seconds now over Chad Snyder. Got that old Chevrolet on rails tonight.
Yeah, we'll see what happens here on the long run. Showing last time by, Chad Snyder was a little bit quicker than Brendan Mathia. We'll see as the tires wear off. Still got quite a ways to go, about 50 laps or so before the end of stage 2.
And and this 3.6 seconds is about a straightaway gap, as you can see the 26 coming off the turn there behind the 71 here, about almost a full straightaway. But like as you say, yes. Now they swapped back up this last time by. It was Chad Snyder a 10th quicker, and then this last time by Brendan Mathia was a 10th quicker. So kind of swapping that back and forth a bit. Kenneth Pack running speeds right along with these guys.
Yellow is out.
Oh no,
Not seeing...
Michael Kerjelak has had an issue, Dave. See if we can find out.
That is our points leader, I believe. He is smoking coming around the track.
Yeah, not sure. That's going to be tough. He's going to have to use that quick repair. Let's see if we can go find out what happened with Michael Kerjelak.
Looks to be possibly loose off of turn 4. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Got a little loose off turn 4 and nosed it into the inside wall.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and he hit it a ton on that left front there. Must have broken an oil line loose or something. You could see the smoke just pouring off the back of it immediately. They'll get him put out there. We don't need him burning. Brendan Mathia has entered pit lane, it looks like. Well, I mean, I'm showing that, but I don't really see it. That's odd. He's not on pit lane.
No,
I did say that he
anybody yet.
Yeah, it showed that he entered pit lane, but he exited pit lane like 95 100ths of a second later. So maybe he was faking it. Yeah, the only person that I really see that went to pit lane is Michael Kerjelak, which had to, obviously, to use a fast repair.
Yeah, I'm seeing now James Nelson is on pit road. Michael Bovair, Tommy Osborne, I believe, came down pit road as well. No.
Is that Chad Snyder coming down? No, that was weird. I showed Chad Snyder dropping through the field, but apparently he obviously is not. Scoring and timing is playing a little bit of tricks on us here tonight, folks, so it's kind of craziness. But yeah, there you have Bovair and James Nelson. James Nelson getting some service done to his truck there. He's now pulling away. Bovair is already pulled off in the number 48 Chevrolet.
I believe James Nelson was your lucky dog candidate. He got the lucky dog on that last yellow, so put James Nelson back on the lead lap.
Yes, restarting here in P11th. Got the lucky dog. We know he has a fast truck. He was up front there before being caught up in that restart issue with the spinning tires. And we're going to have to watch for that all night, Dave. And now you're going to have the 26 Chad Snyder restarting on the outside of the 71. I mean, that's assuming the 71, yes. It looks like the 71 is choosing the inside lane. So we're going to have to be watching for those tire slippage and spins once again here. The lights are out on the pace car. Should drop off this time by. Pace car is off. 71 fires off. 26 gets a really good jump alongside him. Doesn't let him get going. He's going to pull ahead just a little bit on the entry to 1. Good battle for the lead here. 71 gets the better run off the corner, but 26 still holding to his outside. Now clear to the bottom, but the 16 gets in the grass just a bit. Manages to pull it back up. 71 pulls away as looks like Curtis Sauburn is working his way on the outside of the 16 to take over that third position. Can't get it done this time by. 42 Bledsoe back up into the mix. We're currently running 5th. Travis Rodriguez in 6th. But Brendan wasted no time getting by. As we see Speedway Bob down here running alongside the track, getting some of these good footage for us as well. It's so funny. Maybe it's not as funny as it appears to me, but I just chuckle seeing him run along the track. Dude is quick. Got a gaggle of cars here from 2nd on back to 5th. All battling it out as you see the 54 looking to the inside of the 16 a pack. So pack should get a better run off the corner and does. 54 going to fall back in line. Again, going to try to the inside here, going into 1. Yep, can't make it happen. 42 sees the 54 slip up a bit. Now going to look to the inside, trying to getting into 3. Can't make that happen. Still single foul from all the way back through the field, it appears.
Yeah, it looks like Travis Rodriguez in that 7 kind of slipped up once, got to the high side, and they freight trained him on the bottom. He lost about 4 positions there as Michael Volver gets loose down through the grass in turn 3.
See the 75 of James Nelson made his way around Tyrone Yo to take over that 10th position. Setting his sights on the 7 of Rodriguez. It's the next car or truck for position he'll need to pass. Still a gaggle of cars from now 2nd back through, I would say, 7th or 8th. Just all running together, running about the same speeds around this track. I mean, Greg Barnett is laying down some laps. So the leader is running a 2049, and Greg Barnett back in 6th running a 2052. That's the 2 fastest trucks on the track at the moment. Excuse me. We're closing in on halfway here, Dave, in the All-American Racing League's Truck Series race number 8 from Wilkesboro, North Wilkesboro, that is.
Yeah, it looks like they've all finally settled in here. Some good racing around the track. I know the 38 of Greg Barnett's been looking for a way around this 54. Keeps trying to get it done on the high side. Just, I don't think that's the place to try to get it done.
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you, I don't know where to get it done here at North Wilkesboro. If a guy can hold kind of that one lane up off the bottom, it makes him so hard, half a lane off the bottom, makes him so hard to pass. Because you can run the very, very bottom, and you can run about a lane off the bottom. But if somebody's running a half lane off, it hurts you to go up too high.
Yeah, the 42's figured it out. The 42 is just kind of getting his nose in there on entry and hoping the driver ahead yields to him. It seems to be working, as that's what he did to the 16. Just got to kind of force the issue here at Wilkesboro. Can't wait too long. So move the 42 up to the 3rd position.
Yeah, I mean, it is a half-mile track, so you're going to have those some short track antics here. And that's one of them, right? You can get in and force a driver to either have to move up or they risk coming down across your nose, which is definitely going to spin them out in a track like North Wilkesboro.
Yeah, that's kind of what you have to do here because the preferred line, everyone's running that line, so you kind of have to force the issue a little bit. Not so much force it, but get your nose and let them know, hey, I'm coming.
The 16 gets right back to his rear bumper, trying to get in that mirror a little bit, get him watching the mirror more than he's looking out his windshield.
As the 42's closed in on the back of the 26 of Chad Snyder, see how he gets this done on Chad. You can see the 42's definitely running a lower line through 3 and 4 than Chad Snyder. That's just going to open the door for the 42 to try to get that done. Chad Snyder's running high in both turns 1 and 2 and 3 and 4.
Now looking to the inside of the 26 is the 42. He gets it done.
Yeah, the 26 leaving that door open on the entry allows the 42 to sneak on by.
The one driver nobody's getting by today is that 71 of Brendan Mathia up in the first position. He is out to almost a little over 5 seconds over Alan Bledsoe, his teammate, with Chad Snyder in third, Kenneth Peck in fourth, and Curtis Sarburn rounding out your top 5.
Yeah, watching this a little bit, I think Chad Snyder may have learned something right there with Alan Bledsoe. Is now Chad is running the bottom, letting these drivers know if you want to get around, you're going to have to go around me on the outside. Just notice that little bit of a switch up with Chad.
.48 of Beauvais mixing it up here a little bit. He's a couple laps down, but got a really fast truck. Looking to the inside of the 16 now. Trying to get him in position to maybe get one or two of his laps back eventually.
Yeah, Beauvais, I believe, on fresher tires than these drivers ahead of him, so trying to make the best of what he's got at the moment.
Yeah, Beauvais was down on last on lap 94. Well, these other drivers were down on 70 or 71, somewhere in there. James Nelson was down on lap 96. He's moved his way up into the 9th position now that he's been put back on the lead lap. .48 of Beauvais getting around the 26 of Snyder now and moving on up. See if he can chase down Bledsoe and Mathia to get one of his laps back. Before position, the 16 now trying to look over the 26 to see if he can get a nose there on the inside of the 26. As the 26 washes high again.
Yeah, I think that's where you're really going to defend is on the entry. Try to get in there as low as possible because that's really the only way you're going to complete a pass is on the bottom right now. And you see Chad still running high in 3 and 4. Allowed Kenneth to kind of get a little bit closer as Chad runs high here in 1 and 2 as well.
Folks, we are about 11 laps away from another stage break, the stage 2 break. The final stage break of the race. Again, 11 laps there. Oh, as the 16 gets in the back of the 26.
16 getting a little hot, I believe.
'16's getting a lot of pressure by the 54. Now looking to the inside of the 26 is the 16 of Kenneth Peck. He looks like he's going to almost get clear, not quite. 26 hanging pretty stout there on the outside. 16's now clear. Thought he was going to give a shot back to the 16, but he did not do it. Now the 54 looking to the inside of the 26.
Yeah, Chad's got to get back down to the bottom of this racetrack and protect that position. He gives up another one. There's 4 cars ready to pounce.
This is the best battle on the track as the leader is about 9 seconds ahead of Alan Bledsoe.
54 to the inside of the 26. He's able to clear him with a run off the corner, but the 54 is still digging on the bottom.
The 38 has to check up a little bit for the 54 to keep from running him over. Speedway Bob getting it all on camera there. You see the 5 of Michael Boone, the 86 of Michael Kurgelag back here in 7th and 8th positions. Watching all this, they're like, hey, you guys get to shake this thing out. We're ready to go. The 38 really carrying in some steam. Seems to be faster than these guys in front of him. Just, there's nowhere to go here. 54 now looking to the inside of the 26 once again. Looks like he's going to get a better run off this time. No, the 26 able to power back by.
Oh, 54 gets loose.
54 loses a position. Scratch that, loses 2 spots. Maybe 3 as Michael Boone wants to get around him too. Boone backs off and lets him back in line. Meanwhile, for second position, the 42 and the 16. The 16 is starting to run down the 42 just a bit. He's closing that gap ever so slightly. He's running about 0.2 of a lap quicker than Alan Bledsoe. At least last time by.
Yeah, we're coming to the end. Coming to that 3 to go in the stage. The 38 now looking to the inside of the 26.
26 still trying to hang tough on that outside. Looks like the 38's going to get him this time. 38, I think, has been one of the faster trucks here late in the going and gets clear of the 26. Now the 86 of Kurgelag looking to the outside of the 26. Now he'll look to the inside of the 26.
Yeah, the
crossover move.
Really struggling late here in the run. Coming around this time, 2 to go in the stage. Brendan Mathia out to 10.5 second lead over Alan Bledsoe.
Yeah, he's definitely taking him to school here at North Wilkesboro. Just picking him up and putting him down. As we now see Travis Juggles Rodriguez has gone a lap down to our leader. Tyrone Yo in 10th position is the last car on the lead lap. So Juggles is in that lucky dog spot as of right now. But your leader sweeping the stages here at North Wilkesboro is that 71 truck of Brendan Mathia. Not sure where our caution flag. There we are. We'll wait for that 10th place car to pass. It has done so. So Lucky Dog will go to the 7. Congratulations to Brendan Mathia on sweeping the stages. Alan Bledsoe gets in the points in second. Kenneth Pack with a 3rd place stage finish. 4th place was Greg Barnett. 5th was Michael Kurgelag. Chad Snyder slipped back to the 6th position with Curtis Sauber 7th. Michael Boone 8th. James Nelson 9th. And Tyrone Yo getting that last and final point in 10th. Pit stops starting now. As Brendan Mathia is on, Alan's on, Kenneth is down, Greg Barnett, Michael Kurgelag, Chad Snyder, Curtis Sauber, Michael Boone, James Nelson, Tyrone Yo. All the lead lap trucks are down. Right side's down on the 71, left side's going up. Left side tire is going on, and the 71 is off. Service complete for the 71. Alan Bledsoe service complete. 16 service is complete. Michael Kerjelak is off. 26 is off. Looks like Chad Snyder gained a spot there on pit road. Barnett lost the spot. James Nelson up to that 8th position. See if we can get a lap around with Chad Snyder. Dave, you want to?
Yeah, we'll see if we can do this. They're way up in a different chat. Hey, Chad, Dave and Dave in the booth, you got us?
Yep, guys, got you.
Hey, good run so far. Lost a little bit of handle in there, it looked like, on the long run on that stage 2. But we're trying to get you in here to do a lap around with you, sir.
Sounds good to me, guys. Yeah, it's been an eventful but decent race for me so far. I've got a couple of I'm sorry cards to write after this one so far because apparently in the beginning I was a little better at getting the power down than some of these guys on the restart. But yeah, I'll do a couple laps here with you guys. I know the one at Darlington went really quick, so here I'm definitely probably going to do a couple before I send it back to you. But just need to take better care of the front tires, man. I got to the end of that one and I couldn't turn. And the 71 to 42 are just so fast. So we'll see what we got here.
Yeah, man, it seems like there's a lot of trouble getting the power down on the starts, like you were saying. We saw a lot of tire spins. So what gear are you guys starting in?
It seems from what I can see that they are all starting in second. I've been starting in third the whole race. So that's been kind of the reason that I kind of ran Boone and when the issue with me and Courage, he also spun them and I got a good launch. So it was just kind of a double-edged sword. But here we go, fellas. I'm going to bow out while I get through the gears and then I'll be right back.
All right.
All right, so real tight racing here. You want to make sure you don't overrun this first turn on a restart like that and clean out everybody in front of you. This track is so treacherous off the turn, even on new tires. So if you guys have seen, you probably want to run the middle and cut the bottom on the outside, but I'm going to run the bottom here just to try to get a position on Courage here. It's really hard to get the drive off from the bottom there. And I got to brake a little earlier to make the turn and not get into him. But this is really nerve-wracking here. But we got Courage. Let's see if we can get Kenneth here. There you go, you guys. Rode along with me for 2 passes. So, you guys enjoy the rest of the race.
All right, good luck out there. All right, that was Chad Snyder, a lap around with Chad as he gained 2 spots on that start. So it was good going for Chad there just a bit. Really got a good clean start. Able to take two of those positions away. 26 truck firing off fast. So we see here early on at the beginning of this final stage, with 100 laps to go, the 42 did not let Brendan Mathia pull away like he's done the first couple runs.
Yeah, we'll see if the 42, what he's got here on a long run. A lot of these drivers, I mean, even in the first stage, the 42 fell back a little bit at the end, but just wasn't quite enough for the rest of the field to catch him. And like you heard Chad say, you really got to take care of the tires here, especially in the early going.
I'm not sure what happened with Travis Rodriguez. He's on pit road. Looks like he had just put some tires on that thing, but he's been down for 25 seconds now. I don't know if he's down for some type of hold, maybe. As we see,
Michael Bovair down through the grass.
He's headed to pit road. leader in the 71, Brendan Mathia, out to about 7/10 of a second, 3/4 of a second or better over Alan Bledsoe, his teammate in the number 42 truck. That 75 of James Nelson has rebounded nicely. He's currently in the 5th spot, battling with Curtis Sauburn for that position, and meanwhile trying to work on catching the 16 for the 4th spot. Passing is at a premium here tonight.
Yeah, you get the 16, 75, 54. Who else is in there? The Kerjalak, our point leader. Barnett, Michael Boone, all under a blanket, all battling it out here for every position they can grab.
Yeah, you're inside of 100 laps. Those 100 laps are going to tick away very quickly here for these drivers today. So, some tires sliding. I thought Tommy Osborne's on pit road. Not sure what happened with Tommy either, but extended stop there on pit lane. Brendan is slowly starting to pull away now. He's running about a 10th quicker than his teammate in the 42, which is about a 10th slower than Chad Snyder in 3rd place. That last time by, first 2 cars both ran 2012s. So running exact times this last time by. And they both ran 2018s this time by. So yeah, they're pacing one another equally at this point. Looks like Kenneth Pack was able to pull away from these guys behind him. James Nelson, Curtis Sauber, Michael Kerjalak, and Greg Barnett. '54 looks like he's a bit quicker than the 75 as he overdrives it just a little bit going into the corner there, and Kerjalak tries to get alongside, but just can't seem to pass him. Again, passing is just so difficult at this track. You've got to really set that driver up. You want to try to get him on exit, but it's so difficult to do here. To set a driver up to be able to start pulling alongside of them on exit and get them, down the straightaway so that you have a better entry into the next turn. Just so hard to do because of the traction in these trucks getting up off the corner. So limited.
Yeah, these drivers have really been fighting that rear grip off these corners all night. So, but for the 71 of Brendan Mathia has figured it out here tonight. Continues to just slowly pull away from the field.
Yeah, he's up to almost 2 seconds now over 2nd place. The biggest battle on track right now is from about 5th to 9th. 5th to 8th, probably. It's about the closest battle currently. So Tommy Osborne may have retired. Travis Rodriguez and Michael Bovair may have retired. Or they're still on pit road, but it doesn't look like they're going to be returning. Nelson working to the inside of the 16 of Kenneth Pack. Trying to get that 4th spot away from Kenneth. Kenneth able to hold him off that time through the corner of 54. Now looking to the outside of the 75. 75 again to the inside of the 16 off the corner exit. Can't make it stick. Falls back in line in the 5th position. Chad Snyder running that really high line. He and the 16 of Kenneth Pack.
Yeah, so the field definitely starting to spread out here. We've got about a 3.5 second gap from Brendan Mathia back to Alan Bledsoe. Then from Alan Bledsoe back to Chad Snyder is about just over 3 seconds. And then another 2 seconds from Chad back to James. So starting to spread out here at the front of the field.
Yeah, and from James back through Michael Boone or Curtis Sauburn, it's pretty tight. I mean, there's some really good racing there as we see Sauburn trying to work to the inside of the 16 of Kenneth Pack. Can't make it happen yet. Still running that low line is the 54 of Sauburn. Oh, as the 16 scrapes the wall just a little bit. So last in, for all the lead lap cars, last down on lap 142. So we're coming up to about 40 laps on this set of tires.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see when these drivers choose to pit. Like I said, I never got a good estimation on how many laps these drivers can go on fuel. But I know that last stage they were probably screaming they wanted tires. You could really see the fall off. So I'm going to go out there and say somewhere between lap 200 and 210. That's my guess.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, Dave. I don't think fuel is really too big of an issue. I think you're going to definitely pit for tires before you ever need fuel, just because of the way these trucks are handling tonight.
Yeah, I think we had 100 laps to go when we started the final stage. So split that stage and put you right around lap 200. So I think, yeah, like I said, 200, 210, these drivers will start hitting pit road.
I can tell you, I believe some of these guys want it to be like right now, just by the way their trucks are handling around here. You see, Barnett's kind of fallen off the pace just a bit. He's back in 9th, but he's running 27 nines. 20.79 or 28.4 that last time by. So yeah, I mean, you can tell that the tires on these trucks are really starting to give up a bit of the goat there. As we see Kerjelak working to the inside of the 75 of James Nelson, wanting to take away that 4th position. '75 battling back on the outside, trying to keep a hold of it there, and it looks like he's going to be able to do so well so far. But now that as they enter the corner, 86 really has that preferred line around the bottom. He's going to get the 75 cleared, gets up in front, and give the position to Michael Kerjelak in that number 86. Now the 75 going to cross him over. Can't make it happen this time by. It does wash the 86 up a little bit, but the 86 pulls out now to about 3 trucks over the 75.
Yeah, and we've only got, so with this series being a little shorter than the Cup Series, we've only got 6 regular season races left before we start the playoffs. So just taking a quick peek there at the points. That transfer spot, they take the top 10 at the end of the regular season, will transfer to the playoffs and be playoff championship eligible. But that cutoff right now, 10th place goes to Tyrone Yo. And he's got just a 12-point lead over the 38 of Greg Barnett. So that final transfer spot will be fun to watch as we go forward, throughout the rest of this season.
Yeah, and I'm not sure how they finished for stage points, but Greg Barnett's just 1 position ahead of Tyrone Yo currently in the race. He's about 4 seconds ahead, but only 1 position. So, yeah, it's going to be really, really interesting to see how this shakes out. Chad Snyder's in that mix as well, but Chad's having a fairly good night, may be able to move up as Joshua Hetrick, who's in 8th position, is not racing tonight. Don't know if Joshua took a provisional or not.
Our points leader, Michael Kerjelak, now closing in on the back of Chad Snyder for that 3rd position.
Yeah, Kurt's starting to run him down. I mean, like, maybe Kurt's ran a little easier at the beginning of his run here, or this tire run, and now has a little bit left, a little bit of rubber left to use up, and is really, like you say, running some of these trucks down. I mean, he's still 10 seconds behind our leader, but he's only about a half a second behind Chad Snyder, as you can see right here coming off of 4. We're coming down to the later stages of this race. 71 of Brendan Mathia, dominant thus far, leading every single lap so far, has now caught the back of the field. Greg Barnett has already put Tyrone Yo down a lap. Is now working on the back of the 38 to put him down a lap. Holds a 5.9 second lead over his teammate Alan Bledsoe.
As you see Brendan get to the inside of the 38 to try to put Greg Barnett 1 lap down, and will do so.
Yeah, this truck it's on rails tonight, Dave. I mean, he just seems like whatever he wants to do with it, it's doing. I haven't seen him turn a bad wheel yet. Haven't seen him really get loose or anything throughout this race thus far. So really disciplined on how he's getting in, really very smooth with his entry and with his exit and his throttle response. And that's the name of the game here at North Wilkesboro, is kind of driving with that egg under your pedal, as they say. Or that sponge where you're just kind of pushing nice and smoothly on the throttle as to not break the rear tires free on exit.
And now he's looking to put another lap on Nathan Christensen.
Yeah,
The
Nathan.
battle heated up for third position. Kerjelek to the inside of the 26.
Able to lay the power down on exit to kind of pull away again. 86 going to have that better entry into the corner. As they race up off down the backstretch. Door to door, side by side. 86 going to get him clear here now and slide on up to take that position away. Move Michael Kerjelek to third.
Yeah, I think we're on lap 202. It's in my, what would be my pit window if I was in this race.
Yeah, as we see, Nathan Christensen is in the pits now. Now, he is a couple laps down, but he's going ahead and stopping now to get his service taken care of. Kind of watch our lead pack here to see when these guys decide to come down. If you could short pit the leaders here, you could. It would definitely be an advantage. But with the way Brendan Mathias has been running and the lead that he has, he could. I mean, if he has enough fuel, he could just decide not to pit. I don't know. Again, pretty sure they could run over 100 laps on a full tank of fuel here.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you're going to have to pit here, even if you're Brendan Mathias. I think fresh tires are worth it. But if I'm someone like Chad Snyder, who just lost that third position, I'm thinking to myself right now, come down here. You know, to me, I feel like if you can pit a lap or two before the leader, it's kind of an advantage. You get a couple laps on fresher tires, but you definitely don't want to be later than the leader here.
The 16, the 75 slips up just a bit. The 16 is going to try to work his way around that 75 now. Can't make it happen yet. Gets a really good run to the outside of the 75 on entry. Kind of does a different arc there to try to get a run off. Did not pay off that time by, but didn't even hurt nothing either. Okay, so
Looks like pit stops have started. Tyrone Yo Jr. is on pit road.
Yeah, I was paying attention to Brendan. He's running up on the back now. He's going to be catching Curtis Sauber next to put him a lap down. And he's not all that far behind him. If I was Curtis, I would be getting into pit road quickly, just before the leader gets a chance to put a lap on me on track.
Yeah, that's my thinking as well. I think you have to come here before the leader. Try to give yourself a couple laps to open that gap back up on the fresh tires.
He does, and he stays out now. And again, he's only. Yeah, you can see them both in the same frame now. As we ride along with Brendan Mathias, you can see the 54 machine right there up in front of him. You see
But for all we know, these drivers could be planning to go the whole way.
Yeah. See how smooth Brendan is with the steering wheel there? That's the key to going around here fast, is keeping it very smooth over the bumps, taking it easy with the throttle. Try not to spin your tires on exit. It's going to get harder and harder to pass these drivers as Brendan moves up through the field, though. So he's going to start losing time. He currently has 9.7 seconds over Alan Bledsoe. But he's going to lose time as he's having to deal with these slower trucks. And by slower, I mean trucks that are slower than him. So he'll spin his tires there coming off the corner. Trying to work down to the inside of the 54. 54 cuts his nose, says can't do it. 75
is these drivers definitely going to fight for all it's worth to stay on the lead lap right here.
Yeah, because he's got 3 of them right in front of him. As he gives the 54 a little nose candy, little nose action.
Yeah, Brendan's just going to have to be real careful and patient here as these drivers fight for everything they got.
Yeah, he's losing time, though, Dave. He's losing time to Alan Bledsoe. It's 9.3 seconds now. And once the leader gets through the lap traffic, second place usually doesn't have that hard of a time getting through. As the 75 of James Nelson going to fall a lap down once again.
Caution is out. Michael Bovair had a problem.
Saving grace for the 75. Let's see what happened with Bovair.
Well, Bovair had a couple issues. He spun down the backstretch.
Yeah, I picked him up coming out. Oh, okay, the 16. He was just going so slow, and the 16 didn't realize it. Wow, that truck flips over as it hits the pit wall tire there. And he does the right thing by just getting it off the track, but yeah, this brought out the caution nonetheless.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Bovair was trying to get to pit road or what he was trying to do, but apparently did not call that out.
Chad Snyder did not come down pit road. I wonder if he missed the pits. Yeah, he's coming in now. Tough break for Chad Snyder. For Chad, I got to say, that's happened a couple times to him, where he's just missed the entry to pit road at various tracks, and that's going to be a pretty big penalty for him this time, though.
Yeah, we're getting to the closing stages of this one.
Yeah, 30 to go here in the All-American Racing League Truck Series, race number 8 from North Wilkesboro here in North Carolina, North Kakalaki. Thank you for watching here on the SimWorld Racing Network. I am Dave, and that is Dave. We are in the booth. And yes, Nathan Christensen, it's 2 Daves, 2 booths. Just to set that one straight.
Oh, I think with Chad, possibly he was so far behind the leaders trying to get caught back up that he just may have missed when pit road was open.
Oh, yes, because you get the flag for it to be open. You're saying it may have registered closed for him? Is that going to be a penalty?
Or he just wasn't possibly not paying attention to when that said pit road was open, as he was just focused on maybe trying to catch the back of the field here.
Right. You think that's going to be that's going to give him a penalty? I mean,
it shouldn't, but I don't think it's going to hurt him that bad, to be honest.
I mean, he may have to fall back to the tail end of the lead. I mean, of the tail end of the field.
Right now, they're crossing over, showing Chad in 5th position.
They do. So. He's the last car on the lead lap, but he pitted with the lap down cars, which is typically a penalty. Tail end of the longest line. So I don't know what's going to happen.
Well, right now, it's not tail end of the longest line, so the pace car is off now.
You're right. Absolutely. We're underway.
Green is out.
42 gets a really good restart there on the outside of the 71. He's going to battle him. First challenge of the day really for that 71 here as the 42 noses out ahead. 71's going to get him. Let's see who gets it at the line this time. 42 tried. He really tried, but the 71 is still able to lead that lap. .42 may lead this lap here. No, not going to. 71 gets better drive off just by a nose. 86 at Kurgelak getting up into the mix here now in the third position. Kurd's very fast in practice.
Yeah, Kurds gets a good run. Kind of hit the wall, but had a good run off of 4.
Yeah, he wanted those guys to keep racing, I think. If you guys keep racing, I'm going to blow on by you. As Curtis Sauber looks to the inside of Kurgelak. Can't make it happen. Fall back in line. There are 5 cars, or 5 trucks on the lead lap.
Yeah, we get 24 coming to 23 laps to go in this one.
It's been an exciting race here. I mean, I know we've only had one leader, but it's still, the racing's been good throughout the pack. Just no one's been able to run with or touch Brendan Mathia this entire race.
Good battle here with the 26 and the 75. 75 really working over the 26. He got a little loose 26 in the wall as well. So
yeah, and this isn't for position though, unfortunately.
with the 75 and who is that? 75 and the 38, both fighting for that lucky dog.
Oh, as he's on the apron there, the 38 is able to hold on to it. Kind of bounced his truck a bit there, though, off the apron. A slow truck up here. Who was that? Was it Bovair? No. I'm not sure who that was. We had a slow truck there. I'm not sure who it was. Michael Boone. Michael Boone down pit road. Some damage to the left front of his machine. Back out front with 17 laps to go. Brendan Mathia leading by right at a second over his teammate Alan Bledsoe, followed by Michael Kurgelak and Curtis Sauber. Chad Snyder rounding out your top 5. And your lead lap trucks. James Nilsson is currently in the lucky dog position if a caution were to fly. Greg Barnett, 7th. 8th is Kenneth Pack, and 9th is Tyrone Yo, with Nathan Christensen hanging in there to get back into the 10th position. Michael Boone, as we said, had to come down pit road there and get some damage straightened out. He's fallen to 11th with Michael Bovair in 12th. Tommy Osborne is currently out in 13th with Travis Juggles out in 14th. And Kyle Purcell and Johnny May did not take the green. As we are in the final laps here of the All-American Racing League Truck Series at North Wilkesboro. We are the SimWorld Racing Network. This presentation brought to you by Callahan Cox Motorsports and G-Tech Evolutionary Cleaners and Degreasers. G-Tech by G-Tech.com, if I can ever say it right. By G-Tech.com. Let us not forget about Miss Dee Dee's Daycare. And Polio, cornhole, bags and boards. Or is it boards and bags? It's bags and boards. You can get a hold of David Lurfano if you'd like to get you some custom cornhole boards made. I've seen some of them that look pretty good. We're coming down to the final laps here, Dave.
Yeah, next time around for Brendan Mathieu will be 10 laps to go.
He's being hounded by Michael Boone, who's on fresher tires. Michael wanted to get one of them laps back there. It's forcing the 71 to have to run that higher line. Now, Alan Bledsoe's only a second and a half back. So, good move for Brendan just to let that 5 go. Get back to running your pace because he definitely had more speed on the fresher tires. We're inside of 10 laps to go here.
Yeah, caution would change everything. Not that I'm trying to jinx anybody, but...
Right. Well, the car, the trucks have definitely, here at this track, have definitely spaced themselves out a good bit. And the drivers have figured this thing out. It's been 250 grueling laps. And I say grueling, but this is a bumpy track. And it really gives you a good workout here as we come to 7 to go. Trying to muscle this thing around here, especially if you're running like a direct drive setup.
Yeah, I ran probably 15-20 laps in practice here the other night in the truck with Chad Snyder, and my arms were hurting after 3 or 4 laps. So
yeah, it can definitely wear on you for sure. So you've done 250 circuits here in race condition. It's not to mention they probably ran a good 50 or 60 laps in practice prior to that, maybe more, just in this session. So, 300 some laps on the day. You're starting to wear as the laps come down. We're down inside 5 to go now. I've kind of just spaced it out, figured out what they've got to do to run to the end, settled in and said, okay, I'm accepting my fate where I'm at. Let me just manage the gap in front and behind. Tyrone, you're way up the track to allow the lead lap 42 car to get on around, or truck to get on around him. Tyrone staying out of the way there, letting these lead lap trucks do their thing.
yeah, Brendan Mathieu working his way off turn 4. Is going to be 2 laps to go.
If he completes this lap, Dave, before the caution comes out, that will make the race final. Next flag will end the race. One to go here at North Wilkesboro. One more lap around for Brendan Mathieu, who has swept both stages, led every single lap of this race. I do believe that to be true. I didn't see anyone else lead a lap.
You may have not led a lap on Chad Missed Pit Road, but off of turn 4,
yes.
Brendan Mathieu will be your winner at North Wilkesboro.
Alan Bledsoe gets second, and Michael Kurgelak rounds out your top 3. We'll get you a full field rundown just after we finish with interviews here tonight. Let's get an interview with Michael Kurgelak, Dave. See if we can get him in here as he finished up P3 tonight.
Yep.
Trip King.
Hey, Kurds, Dave and Dave in the booth. You get us?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man. Hey, solid night for you. You come in here, the point leader. Solid 3rd place finish. You should be leaving here the point leader, hopefully. But yeah, good solid night. Congrats on that 3rd place finish. And how grueling was that tonight?
Oh man, that was so grueling. I'm wore out. But I was enjoying them long runs, man. I felt like I was better on the long runs than I was on the short runs.
Yeah, man, you put on a heck of a show out there. All of you did. All the drivers did. So congratulations to everyone. But listen, you got a top 3 out of this. Like Dave was saying, you're the points leader coming in. You will be the points leader leaving out, I imagine. I don't know how the stages worked out for you there necessarily, but congratulations on a P3. Tell me, we were talking about that, about guys getting wore out. Were the bumps really rough here tonight?
I don't think it was the bumps. I think it was just when the tires got hot, the track was hot, and it's just like you're on an ice skating rink. And I could be on a 70-lap run, and my tires were in the top 80s, so tire wear wasn't a problem.
Okay, just tire heat mostly, you think? Yep. Okay.
Right.
Huh. All right. Well, listen, man. The floor is yours to shout out anybody you want to shout out to, say hi to anybody you want to say hi to. But again, congratulations on a P3.
I want to say happy birthday to my son, Isaac, and I want to say thank you to you guys.
Hey, man. Well, yeah. Happy birthday, Isaac, from us guys up here in the booth. It's some World Racing
happy
Network
birthday.
as well. And congratulations again on a P3.
Thanks, sir.
All right. That was Michael Kurgelak in the number 86 Ford. Bringing it home. Your points leader bringing it home in P3. See if we can get Alan Bledsoe in for a word.
Hey, Alan, Dave and Dave in the booth. You got us?
Yeah, I got you guys.
Hey, Alan, good way to back up your win last week at Darlington, coming here solid top 2. I know you had that little issue early on, some spinning of the tires, and you got spun around, but worked your way back up through, and congrats on that second place finish. But how was it for you tonight?
Well, yeah, I had to drive it really hard to get back through the field after that spin, but I didn't come down on James, did I? That was just James spinning his tires and
Yeah, it
we
looked like the 26 may have spun his tires, come down and clipped the back of the 75, sending the 75 nose first up into you.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Chain reaction.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of weird.
Hate
It
it when
started,
that
it started
happens.
further back and moved its way forward, but yeah, that's the way it worked for sure.
Yeah, we see it all the time at Darlington. Just unusual at a short track like this.
Yep.
But yeah, I was giving it everything I had in that last restart. I was side by side with Brendan for a few laps, but man, I did not know what he was doing to get so much grip on exit. I could not figure it out. So congrats to him, man. He did a fantastic job. And I told him, I was like, man, I gave it everything I had to try and get ahead of you in that restart. But
Yeah, that made it look very
was-
interesting from up here in the booth. You were definitely trying everything, it seemed, on the outside there to make it happen. And he just seemed to be able to, like you said, be able to get up off the corner just on rails all night long.
mm-hmm.
But you were definitely no slouch, man. Very fast truck tonight. Congratulations on a P2. The floor's yours, man.
Yeah. Thank you thank you to my dad and my teammates. Brendan, Michael was in there with us. Riley tried to make it, but he couldn't quite make it. Thanks to you guys for not only for putting on the broadcast, but also for putting up this race. I know Travis, Chad, all those guys; those are the admins. But the Dave and Dave show, they always you guys always help us keep this thing together. So keep it rolling, and let's go have some fun on Tuesday. It's the All-Star race.
Yeah, man, that should be a lot of fun. Well, again, congratulations. We're going to send you back to celebrate, but yeah, man, we sure will.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. That was Alan Bledsoe in the number 42 Chevrolet, finishing in P2. Let's bring in the man of the hour here, Brendan Mathia, and talk to him about his race today.
Hey, Brendan, Dave and Dave in the booth. You got us?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, another dominating performance for you. Every time you're out here, you're always at the front, but complete, just domination's all I got for tonight. I mean, a couple times that race, you had over 10-second lead on second place. So, don't know how you do it. Wish I did, but congrats on the win and walk us through that. What looked to be an easy win for you.
Yeah. Really, the key here was to not overdrive the corners. I feel like people think overdriving's fast, and it's not. Backing up the corners, letting it roll extra long sometimes, especially on the long run. I mean, the earlier you back off, the longer you let it roll, and the easier you're back on the throttle, the better you're going to be on the long run. First couple laps there, trying to set queue times, I felt like on the restart sometimes, and there you tend to overdrive a little bit, but today's race was all about the long run and how you do it. Stop overdriving corners, and
Yeah,
I catch myself doing it when I try to race fast with people, and so I get it. Like, it's hard to do, but not the way.
Yeah, we were riding along on your gyro cam there for a little bit, and watching really smooth inputs, and it sounded like, which you can't really tell, it's just basically on the sound there, but it sounded like you were really easy and slow back on the throttle, taking care not to just flat-foot it off the corners and stuff to spin those rear tires. And it really seemed to work out for you, man. But you definitely looked smooth from riding inside the truck with you. But congrats on the win, man. Listen, the floor is yours. Shout out anyone you want to shout out.
Yeah. Just to kind of go to what you were saying, off of 4, it would spin the back tires real bad, so I didn't even go full throttle down that whole stretch. Just try and be smooth as possible. But as far as shout outs, you guys for doing the broadcast, you guys do great all the time. I'm looking forward to watching it tonight. And Dad for watching, if he did watch. I don't know if he did watch, but if he did watch, shout out to my teammates. It's been a long 2 weeks not racing. A lot of stuff going on there. It's good to be back. And then just prayers out to people in Nebraska, Iowa, and Oklahoma. Hit by the tornadoes too close to home. Luckily, they spared us here in Casey, but that's all I got.
Yeah, man, absolutely. I second that because that's been pretty wild there the past 48 hours or so. So yeah, good to know that you're safe and that your area was pretty good there. But yeah, for everyone else, definitely prayers out to them for sure. Great race tonight, man. Congratulations once again. We'll be seeing you at the All-Star race on Tuesday. I don't know. I may have lost audio there, guys.
Oh, no, I don't know.
Okay.
I'm here. I don't know if you heard you.
Okay. Well, that was Brendan Mathia. I think maybe we got some audio trouble with Brendan in the booth.
Yeah, he was cutting in and out there a little bit, so a little problem maybe on his end with his microphone. But
congratulations to him nonetheless. Let's go ahead and go through the full field rundown here, Dave. As Brendan Mathia was your winner tonight. In the All-American Racing League Truck Series at North Wilkesboro, Alan Bledsoe came in second with Michael Kerjelak third. Curtis Sauber was fourth. Chad Snyder rounding out your top 5. James Nelson was sixth with Greg Barnett in seventh. Kenneth Pack in eighth. And Tyrone Yo Jr. in ninth.
Yeah, coming home in 10th will be Nathan Christensen. 11th goes to Michael Boone. 12th, Michael Bovair. 13th goes to Tommy Osborne. 14th, Travis Rodriguez, and Kyle Purcell and Johnny Mayer round out the field, who never took the green tonight, 15th and 16th.
Yep. Well, this was even though Brendan Mathia just kind of walked away with it, it was still, like I said earlier, really good racing throughout the field. A lot of green flag runs, which always makes it interesting. A lot of fun to watch from here in the booth. I enjoyed it. Did you enjoy yourself, Dave?
Yeah, it's always a fun time here at North Wilkesboro. Fun to see these trucks slipping and sliding. Just the battles throughout the whole field, really, from second on back. Really, really good racing tonight.
Absolutely. Listen, folks, next Tuesday, or this coming Tuesday, we will be back here in North Wilkesboro for the All-American Racing League Cup Series for their All-Star race. Be sure to tune into that. It's going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be a few little things that go a little different in the way the race is run. So be sure and tune into that. Should be starting around 8:20 or so, maybe 8:15. Not really sure. But if you hit that notification button, subscribe, hit the notification button, you'll get all the details when we go live there. On Friday night, we'll be with the Quick Finishers Racing League, headed to Dover, I believe it was. Yes, Dover. So be sure and tune in for that one. That one's always a lot of fun. Hit us up in the chat. Tell us who you want to win these races. We'll be back here for the Truck Series. The Truck Series schedule.
Truck Series is at Charlotte next week.
Oh, yes. 134 laps in the nighttime at Charlotte. And then just followed by the Cup Series doing a full 600 miles, 400 laps on the Tuesday following that. That would be Tuesday the 7th.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, the Tuesday the 7th will be doing 600 miles, 400 laps in the Cup Series there. So be sure to tune in to that. For Dave in the booth, we had a great time with you here at North Wilkesboro. We're going to go ahead and close up shop for the night. We hope you had a good time, and we'll see you.